If you're considering adding 35-inch tires to your 250 Land Cruiser, there's a couple things that you're going to want to know. Let's get started. Hi guys, Eric Sargent, General Manager at Ed Martin Toyota. Welcome back to the channel. So we have two 2024 LC250 First Editions. Over here we have a bone stock First Edition. It's got the Michelin LTX Trail tires. This is a 265/70/18. This is a 32.6-inch tire, so it's a 33. Over here we have another 2024 First Edition, both brand new vehicles. This one has a Toytec level kit on it, which we can link in the description. But we've decided to go as big of tire as we possibly could. So we went with the Toyo Open Country AT3s. These are a LT 285/75/18 tire, which is essentially a 35-inch tire. It's technically 34.6 inches tall, 11.3 inches in width. All in all, they fit just perfectly. Doesn't require any kind of additional modification, with the exception of one small thing. And if you come over here to the driver's side, there is a bracket that is located right here. This bracket is a shield for the stabilizer disconnect mechanism wiring harness. The wiring harness has plenty of service loop. For whatever reason, Toyota decided to put it on the outside of the frame and add a shield for it. So all you do is you loosen up this shield right here, and then you unclip the Stabi disconnect wiring harness, and then wrap it on the inside of the frame where it's still fully protected. Reconnect it, and then take your shield and just take that shield and just move it to the inside, and then retighten it down. It doesn't require any kind of bending or cutting. It just needs to be relocated a little bit to the inside of the frame. One other thing that you're going to want to know on considering doing this tire upgrade is the spare tire. You always want to have a matching spare. It does have an 18-inch rim. However, if you look at the factory one, you're going to notice here that there is really no visibility of the tire until you get down about on your knee or so. Then you can start seeing it right underneath the hitch. And then over here on the 35-inch, if you are going to carry a full-size spare, you're going to notice that it is going to be located quite a bit, and you may think the width on it shouldn't be this significant. The reason is because to make it physically fit underneath here, you do need to kind of relocate it off to the side, so you're avoiding a couple of pieces of metal just so that it fits. So this may look a little bit wonky if you want to have a full-size 35-inch matching tire. So you may want to consider doing a hitch mount tire carrier or rear bumper. Or you're going to lose this additional ground clearance. So you may want to consider putting it inside the vehicle or on the roof or something different, because it does look a little bit weird when it's mounted under here, but it does work. So if you're thinking about doing this, there's going to be a couple measurements that you're going to want to know. One, how much higher does it sit up? And so again, this is a 35-inch tire. We're going to measure from the ground to the very top of the factory OEM front skid plate, and as you can see, it's right at 16 inches. And then we're going to go over to the stock unit, and we're going to take a look at the exact same measurement from the middle of the vehicle, from the ground to the top of the skid plate. And it's actually right at 13, just under 13.5 inches from the ground to the top of that skid plate. So it definitely has a chin up on it. This vehicle does sit perfectly level the way that it sits right now. The second measurement that you're going to want to know is it going to fit in my garage? The answer is probably yes, it will. But we'll go ahead and take a couple measurements from the highest point of the vehicle, which is right above the shark fin antenna on both vehicles, and compare the two numbers. Okay, on the lifted, or on the, okay, so on the one with 35-inch tires in the lift kit, we are going to measure from the ground to the bottom of the level. And it is going to be almost exactly at 79 inches. And then over here on the bone stock First Edition, going to be just right around 77.75 inches tall. Those measurements, you should be able to determine whether it'll fit in your parking space.